Hey everyone, and thank you for joining me today again. Today, we are going to talk about a 100% legitimate solution, and I'm so excited to talk about it because finally, a dropshipping software, is releasing a solution that will help you comply by 100% if you choose to do so with the new eBay dropshipping policy for 2019. How does it work? What is this new policy? Well, I prepared an entire presentation about it, so please bear with me, stay with me. It is very important for the future of your eBay store. Let's jump right at my computer to learn more. All right, thank you everyone for joining me on my computer. Let's dive right in to talk about eBay dropshipping in 2019 and the 100% legit method. I want to start with explaining the problem. The problem started around the year 2018, in the beginning of 2018, around April. The dropshipping sellers around the world started reporting that they're having issues and they're losing sales. Their products are not getting any more views on eBay. Meaning that for example, if you know all the stories about Google suddenly changing their search algorithm, and the new algorithm puts some businesses at page 10. If until today they used to be page 1, they got all the views, and now on page 10 they don't get any views. That's not exactly what happened, but that's pretty much the general effect that started on eBay. And then towards the end of 2018, eBay released a new dropshipping policy that says that dropshipping is when you, and I'm going to show it with my... Look at that. Dropshipping is when you buy stock from a supplier and work with them to send the items directly to your buyers, and listing an item on eBay and then purchasing the item from another retailer is not allowed on eBay anymore. Well, it's not exactly, that's definitely the policy, and there is a take-home value from that where they say that eventually it's all about you being responsible from the product. So I won't tell you that people stopped doing drop shipping from other retailers or marketplaces. It's still happening. I am going to mention how it's happening further in this video, but generally speaking, eBay wants us to become legitimate dropshipping sellers, and we have to find different ways we have to at least allow our customers in DSM Tool to choose if they want to take a less risky journey and sell from dropshipping legitimate suppliers. But even if we find dropshipping legitimate suppliers, check that out. It says here, dropshipping, also as known as product sourcing, is when you buy stock from a supplier and then work with them to send the items directly to your buyer, meaning that you anyway have to pre-purchase the items. Well, we found suppliers and we started creating, and I'll talk about it a little bit later, but we found suppliers that we thought that might be legitimate, but we didn't really know. So we decided to call eBay and ask. And let's see what happened in that call. And I'm going to pass for a second from the presentation to that, and let's hear the recording.
Hi, welcome to eBay. Just so you know, we may record and listen to this call.
It's dropshipping from suppliers that we have found that supplies us with a resale agreement or dropshipping agreement and have a dropshipping program on their site. And we have the correct item location for their products, and it's pretty much a legitimate supplier. We just wanted to know that we would still comply with the new dropshipping policy and the selling practices of eBay.
Yeah, sir, it is still within the policy, sir. So no worries about that. As long as you have the item on your possession, and you will just use the third party you have for drop shipping, it is still within the policy.
So no, that's not what I'm asking. Again, I don't have the item in my possession. The item is in the possession of the supplier, but I have a resale agreement with that supplier. He approves me to resell his products, although I do not pre-purchase them.
Okay, yeah. Upon checking it here, sir, it is allowed as long as you have an agreement within with your third party, with your supplier. Okay, And as long as also once you, like for example, an item gets sold, as long as the handling time that you've set up on the listing is within the time that your supplier can still supply you the item, then it's still okay, sir.
Perfect. All right, let me recap what just happened here, because I forgot to say that the call itself was 25 minutes long. Actually, I had to call 5 times eBay just because I had technical issues with the recording of the calls. So I had to cut it down because this video otherwise would take just way too long. And I just want to say that in all those times that I called eBay, I got the exact same results. Every time they say to me, if you don't have to have the items in your possession if you do have a resale agreement. And you heard I deliberately didn't delete that part from the call because it was such a long call. It took her time to understand me. And I asked deliberately if I don't have the items in my possession, exactly the opposite of what it says in the dropshipping policy, is it still going to be legitimate? And they said yes, which is awesome and leads us to understand the 3 steps of working with legitimate suppliers on eBay in 2019. First, we have to find a legitimate supplier, and I'm going to show you how we at DSM Tool are going to help you finding a legitimate supplier. Second, you have to get a resale agreement, and well, obviously, we're going to also help you get the resale agreements. And third, you would want to automate your workflow, because if you're going to work manually with those suppliers, you're not going to get the full juice from those suppliers. And if you think about it, it doesn't make any sense that eBay would legitimately allow you to work with the supplier and then say, yeah, I allow you to work with that supplier, but please do not automate your processes. Please work manually where there is a lot of room for human errors and a lot of room for issues. It just doesn't make sense. So automate your workflow. Full disclosure, I am going to say that you automate your workflow with DSM Tool and show you how to. And the DSM Tool Autopace is here because I'm going to talk about awesome features. I'm not going to say everything about them because we're only going to release them in a couple of days after this video will be released. And then I'll make another video about that. But before that, I want to talk about why working with legitimate suppliers in comparison to working with retail suppliers. So I already said that I'm going to say how people still work with retail suppliers today, but because this video is about working with legitimate suppliers, I want to mention MC011. MC011 is a process on eBay that when you start growing with your account, especially for new accounts that grow pretty fast, eBay starts asking you questions. They want to know who you are. They want to make sure, they want your account to go through a compliance process. And in that compliance process, you have to provide them your agreements with your suppliers. If you do retail arbitrage with only retail suppliers, that would be a big problem for you, because if you're only dropshipping from Amazon, for example, only Amazon, you will never be able to pass MC011 unless you faked your invoices and you start going to not a not legitimate process, but to a completely illegal criminal process. And I do not want to see people go towards that direction. I saw people doing on YouTube videos about how to fake those invoices when you can actually work with legitimate suppliers. So no reason to do that. Second, people started reporting that they have problem to increase their limits on eBay. When they start a new account, they are having problems with limit increase, because when you call to increase your limits, you're being asked who are your suppliers. When you work with fully legitimate suppliers, it's super simple. You just tell them that you have a resale agreement. We had a couple of people doing that already. None of them was even asked to send the resale agreement. Not that it's a problem, because they do really have the resale agreement. In the MC011 process, you would have to actually send them the resale agreement. But when you ask for a limit increase, that's awesome, because it opens the door for you to increase your limits, which otherwise you wouldn't be able to do if you only work with retail suppliers. Third, there are a lot of opportunities that dropshipping friendly suppliers, like, for example, you can see in the image below, Costway, which is one dropshipping friendly supplier. They have a dropshipping program benefits, meaning that the more you sell from their websites, the bigger the discounts you're getting. And most, if not all of the dropshipping friendly suppliers offer different kind of discounts, which will make you hopefully, for at least some of their products cheaper. And if you're cheaper, you have an awesome price value, which could generate more sales for you, which is awesome. Last thing that I want to mention is that many of those dropshipping friendly suppliers, unlike retailers, would ship the packages in a dropshipping friendly way. For example, Tmart, which has a dropshipping program on their website and an entire dropshipping center, and also a lot of incentives for dropshippers. They also ship the products in packages that don't have the Tmart logo on them, don't have an invoice inside, and don't have anything. Not all of the dropshipping suppliers are that friendly. Costway, for example, does have logos on their packages, so that won't help even though they provide you a resale agreement. But Tmart is a good example for a dropshipping supplier that is even down to the packages level is dropshipping friendly, which means less cases, less customers that write bad reviews. Like it's a known phenomenon of customers writing, "Wait, I found that you dropshipped the item from Amazon as a bad review," which is something that obviously you would consider that it's a problem. It will become a problem to call eBay, and people used to call eBay and say, "Listen, I'm dropshipping from Amazon. I got a bad review. Please remove it." But now that you say that, your account is in a higher risk because you're against the eBay dropshipping policy when you call to ask to remove that bad review. It doesn't mean that you can't dropship from Amazon or that people don't do that. It just means that you have to understand that this is part of the risk that you're taking. And when you work with legitimate suppliers, it just doesn't happen. All right, so let's talk about the DSM Tool side of the story, and why am I talking so much about the problem and about why working with legitimate suppliers and what are the awesome benefits. The reason for that is because, as you can see, we have a new badge, which is called DSM Tool Official Partnerships Badge, which we give to some of the suppliers. We've just added to our platform over 60, we are now supporting not over, but 60 suppliers, and we're adding all the time more and more. The 60 is just the beginning. Some of those suppliers we are already in an official partnership with. And an official partnership means that they are dropshipping friendly suppliers that are going to provide you with a resale agreement if you choose to work with them, and hopefully will also provide you with benefits to work with them, and in order to create more opportunities for dropshippers that work with them. Before I talk about that, I just want to say one more. No, you know what? I'll say it later. What about retail dropshipping? I told you that before that I'm going to mention that working with legitimate suppliers is the best way to start a dropshipping business today, and is a great way to work protected on eBay, but it doesn't mean that it's the only way. If you want to understand a little bit deeper the problem that was created when you have to look at the history of dropshipping. If you look at the history of dropshipping from the time that it began, there were a lot of changes that happened over time. For example, when dropshipping just began, eBay was a platform where you write iPhone or I don't know, you write Mercedes in the search engine, and it gives you iPhone cases that has Mercedes logo on them or stuff like that. The search engine was really, really bad. And then dropshippers would just post whatever they are able to post. There were also not that many softwares back then. So it was, they posted thousands of products and everything would just sell in a higher price because it was not organized. And then eBay started to organizing a little bit the search engine, and people started working on SEO. So this is the second way, the second phase of dropshipping. In that second phase, we call it now the old way. It was keywords based, meaning that you would look for keywords that were not yet taken on eBay and try to take the same products that you found with one keyword and use another keyword for it, and then it would generate sales for you. You would work with a few suppliers, mostly Amazon. Just for you to understand, now Amazon is not a legitimate supplier. About 3 years ago, there was an account manager. We are located in Israel, in the near of Tel Aviv, and we are 5 minutes away from eBay's offices in Israel. We had an account manager for our customers, for our bigger customers, who helped them to work on eBay when they're doing dropshipping from websites like Amazon. So it was like a completely legitimate thing just a little time ago. But because there were few suppliers and it was keywords based, and suddenly many customers came, and there are a lot of different problems that raised together with that. The margins became lower. The value became lower because there are no more keywords left. There is no more price competition left. It just stopped working. More than that, I'm talking about it in another video where I'm presenting the eBay product base. You can read about it in the Dropship Academy. One of the articles talks about the eBay product base. eBay product base is something that eBay is doing. eBay is building a catalog, kind of like Amazon. So today, when you browse Amazon, you would search for a product, and then you would get one result for that product, and all of the suppliers for that product will be listed next to each other. And on eBay, when you look for a product, you get 100,000 results of all of the sellers that sell the item, one under the other. And it's not product-based, it's sellers-based. So eBay is slowly moving towards a product-based view on the website. You can already see it, I think, in the United States, and only for some categories. And there is a lot of discussion about it, which is not relevant for this video. But what's relevant is that the game has changed, meaning that now the game is low price based. We have to find real arbitrage opportunities in order for us to be able to sell on eBay if we want to do retail dropshipping. By the way, it's pretty much correct also for our legitimate suppliers. We have to find ways on eBay that will actually bring real values from those suppliers as well. Otherwise, we will have low margins from few suppliers and not enough value. So this is why you want to look for unique opportunities that are real arbitrage, that are low price based opportunities. And this is why we're integrating into DSM Tool more than 100 suppliers that will help you win the competition. And you can see at the bottom of the screen some of the suppliers that we're adding. We're adding many more. And we're trying to add as many suppliers which are 100% legitimate suppliers. So you could at least either start your journey with legitimate suppliers or focus mostly on those suppliers and maybe add on top some retail opportunities, or maybe only work from those suppliers. Depends on you, depends on how you work. Not only that, but we're also going to teach and start creating content about product research and release. I told you that I'll talk about the Chrome extension. We're going to release features that are going to help you with product research to find real, actual opportunities that works in 2019 and forward. I want to say some other things that we're going to add on DSM Tool in order to help you guys. We're going to release a free suppliers directory. I really wanted to show it in this video, but I cannot yet because it's going to be on a new website that we're building right now. And in that suppliers directory, we're going to have a full information about each and every supplier for you to be able to install those suppliers or start working with them easily. Do they have dropshipping program? The badge is going to appear in our directory. I told you that we have an official partnership badge. There's going to be a lot of content in there that explains to you how to work with the supplier. We're going to release, we already released actually, a lot of setup information. So in the help center, you can see it down here. If you go to support.dsmtool.com, under the dropshipping suppliers section, you will find information such as what business policies to apply to each of the suppliers. What are the policies that the supplier has on its website? What item location should you consider? Because today on eBay, a hot subject is to put the right item location. So if the supplier has only one warehouse, where is that warehouse? And more information that to set up the suppliers the right way. On the Dropship Academy, which by the way, it says here hashtag, so follow us also on Instagram and on Facebook. We are going to release in the beginning only for our legitimate suppliers, but not only in the future, a complete dropshipping suppliers guide that explains everything, starting from how to get the reseller agreement and how are we going to help you to get the reseller agreement. What does it mean that it's a dropshipping supplier? What special sections and discounts and opportunities exist on the supplier that you should follow and maybe to generate sales for yourself. And we're going to release unboxing videos. Remember that I told you that some of the suppliers has packages that are more dropshipping friendly. So we are shipping some products, just general products to ourselves, to our video editor actually, and we are creating unboxing videos where we're not looking at the content of the packages, we don't look at the item, but we look at the packages. Did it have a price or an invoice inside of it? Did the name of the supplier appear on the package or not? Both for our partners and for just general retailers, depending on your strategy and how you choose to do dropshipping in 2019. So a lot of content and a lot of help from our side is going to happen in the upcoming weeks. And if you're watching this video towards the end of 2019, so first, hello from the past. I'm joking. And second, this all must have been released already. So please check our website and check the other videos on our YouTube channel. All right, so if you're still with me, that means that you're really serious about your dropshipping business. And it's important. Every business owner, including me, has to take responsibility for its business, for their business, and to understand how to maintain a sustainable business that keeps working. Whether you have an old store that you want to find new products for and to actually be able to make money if you choose to still do retail arbitrage from retailers like Amazon and 60 other suppliers that we've added to the platform, or you want to work 100% legitimately, whether it's a new account or not a new account, we have the solution for you. We have also integrated Shopify recently to our platform, so you can open a Shopify store and work in front of the Shopify platform where there is no problem at all working with retailers. Anyway, please consider to subscribe to our channels. Please consider joining our Facebook community. It's the biggest dropshipping community in the world. Consider checking the Dropship Academy once in a while to see if we have released new content there. Follow our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, and not just us, follow everyone. If you're serious about your dropshipping business, this is where it happens. It's like watching the television, being subscribed to all of the relevant dropshipping channels on YouTube, for example. It's like watching the television of dropshipping, learning what's new. This is how you will know about the seller updates of eBay, changes on any other platforms, how to work with Shopify or whatever platform that you want. That's how you really become serious about your dropshipping business. Thank you very much. See you in another video.